Hey, it's Tpok, and I am back in Symphonic Rain, and we should be truly starting toward his arc pretty soon, so let's get going then. Taking a deep breath of the damp morning air, I ran into the rain. The letter to Ari was in my bag, safe from the rain. I swiftly crossed the short distance to the mailbox, then inserted the letter while shielding it with my body. The letter would reach Ari, and afterward hers would reach me. At least this was a cycle that remained constant.
Ohayo.
Oh man, I might have a quiz. Morning. Good morning. As I was warming up my fingers, Miss Fortelle entered the lesson room a few moments after me.
先週はいろいろとやっているみたいだったが、成果はあったか?
How did you find out about that?
私は君の担当だからな。把握しておくべきことくらいは把握しているさ。
That doesn't seem to answer my question.
答える気がないからな。それで?
She must have heard from Messina or something. Well, I don't think it was all that fruitless.
トルティニタ以外にか?
Yes, more or less.
だから具体的な名前を聞いているんだ。クリスの一応は聞き飽きた。
Do you know of a student named Falsita Fawcett?
ああ、知っている。
Though nothing is set in stone yet, we agreed to play together sometime.
そうか。それでクリスはどうするつもりなんだ?
I don't know yet, of course. I will after I played with her once, this week or so. The name I gave should have come pretty unexpected, but Miss Fortelle didn't seem surprised at all. But then I've never seen Miss Fortelle phased before, so if she ever was, it'd be pretty unsettling. Besides that, there was Lise. But that was just too uncertain a lead, so I thought I'd not bring it up.
まあいい。クリスにしてはよくやった方だろう。
I feel a little awkward at being complimented just for getting one extra candidate.
褒めたように聞こえたか?
It didn't.
よろしい。では練習を始める。用意はいいな?
Anytime.
では始めから。
Okay. Am I actually playing? No. Okay. Although I didn't have much appetite, I went and finished my lunch. And just as I was wondering what was keeping her, Tortoise just appeared and seated herself next to me.
Ohayo.
Ah, good morning.
それで、先週の成果はどうだったの?
Miss Fortelle asked me the same thing today, and last week.
それだけ気にかけてもらってるってことでしょ? 公園に思いなさいって。
Thanks for the positive input. Well, I guess the gist of it is that I now have one more candidate.
ああ、増えたんだ。
Hmm?
いや、なんでもない。それで、誰なの? 私の知ってる人?
Don't know if you know her, but her name is Falsita.
知ってるに決まってるでしょ? っていうか、知らない人の方が少ないよ。元生徒会長だもん。
She really was that famous, huh?
で、練習でもすることになった?
I guess.
いつ?
She said Tuesday or Thursday. Why do you ask?
それ以外の日は?
She said she had things to do on the other days. Hey, Torta. Why was she asking these questions? As I was about to inquire, Torta cast her gaze downward as if in thought for a moment, then faced me again.
あのね、それならさ、毎日練習するわけじゃないんでしょ?
Yeah, I guess so. I still might go practicing on my own, though. However, for me, that was generally a rare occurrence.
ならさ、私と練習しない? 卒業演奏の曲とかさ。さ、あるからの手紙でね、クリスのことを頼まれちゃったりしてね。私も自分の曲とかで忙しいから、そんなに時間があるわけでもないんだけど。
I see. So she wrote you about it as well.
ということは、そっちにも書いてあったんだね。
Yeah, she said she felt she was meddling.
それで、どうする?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
ならさ、今日練習してみる？
Today, huh? Let's do it. I'm gonna save first, but since I'm pretty confident, I'm just saving over. It says practice, so I'm gonna do it. Sure, let's get started right away. I wouldn't want to make Ari worry anymore.
そうね。じゃあ練習室に行こうか。
Got it. Since it was Monday, the rooms were packed. Torda initiated the search for a free room by carefully scanning her surroundings. Maybe there are no rooms left.
そんなこと言って練習したくないんじゃないでしょうね。
Hey, I was the one who invited you, so that's a bit unfair. You have a pretty low opinion of me.
その評価が嫌だったら少しは変わりなさいよ。そしたら周りの見方も変わるでしょうから。
Yes, thanks for pointing out the obvious.
分かってないくせに。
Ah, a free room.
またいいタイミングで見つけるわね。
I was desperate.
そういうこと以外に必死になってくれると嬉しいんだけど。
Yeah, let's go. By the way, what piece should we play?
この前見た曲じゃダメなの？ずっと練習してる曲みたいだし、ちゃんと歌のことも考えて作ったんでしょ？
Well, sure, but I don't know. That piece was a piece I had created for Ari. I didn't mind if Forney sang it, but if Torda did, I felt like it would be discourteous to the both of them. Have you composed anything yourself?
それは作ってるけど、歌のことしか考えてないよ。
How does it go? If you have a score, show me.
それは構わないけど。
Torda took out the score and gave it to me. I looked it over, picturing the tune in my mind. The piano part was more solid than I imagined. Though it wouldn't work as it is, if I arranged it to fit the Fortelle's characteristics, I could play without having to make too many revisions. This is a nice song.
本当？ありがとう。
If I've arranged the piano part, I think it can be played on a Fortelle.
それでクリスは大丈夫なの？
Sight reading is sort of my forte. I think you are like the only one who has ever said that.
そういえば昔から初めて見た楽譜でも器用に弾いてたもんね。
Yep, to be honest, I don't really like my own piece that much. So if by any chance we ended up as partners, I'd like to perform your piece, if that's okay. Besides, it's still not certain I'll end up partying with you, but so I figured it's more fair to you to be able to keep practicing your own song.
わかった。そこまで言うんなら断る理由もないしね。
Thanks. An unnatural silence filled the room. It was broken by Torda's bright voice, as though she'd immediately had second thoughts.
でもさ、楽譜は一つしかないよ。
I guess. If only I only had one of mine as well, in fact. Torda, are you good at copying scores?
クリスよりはね。わかってるって、そのくらいこっちでやるわよ。クリスが写譜していないのは分かってたから、もともとそのつもりだったし。
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
しょうがないんだから。それで、あの曲はどうするの？他の人と演奏するときにでも？
No, I won't be performing that piece. Like I said, I don't like it very much.
そうなんだ。それならいっか。なんでもない。で、問題は今日の練習かな。
Ah, yeah.
まあいいや。私が後ろで歌うから大丈夫。
From behind?
クリスの後ろに決まってるじゃない。
Can't you stand beside me?
見えないでしょ？
Right behind me.
だからそうだって。
That's a little... Can't you sing without a score?
どうだろう。やっぱり楽譜ないと練習できないかな。
Oh, come on.
写譜するのは私なんだから、それくらい我慢しなさい。
Bear with it. I wondered if Torda said that because she knew that it'd be awkward for me.
ならクリスは楽譜なくても弾けるの？
No, that's a bit too much. I need at least a week to be able to play it by heart.
でしょ？小さいことにこだわらないで。ほら、始めるよ。
But
あ、ひょっとして後ろにいられるのが嫌なの？
well, just as I was about to tell her she was right, Torta cut in and declared,
子供みたい。
It's not like that.
ならいいよね。
No. I wondered if this was really better. I wondered if this really was the better alternative to being called a baby.
じゃあ、とりあえず合わせてみよっか。
Can you really not sing without score?
もちろん。
Okay. She placed her hand on my shoulder and peered at the score sheet from behind me.
ほら、始めて。
What good is it if I start on my own? We have to do this facing each other, to match each other's breathing and such.
そんなのなくたってできるって。勝手に始めてくれれば勝手に入るから。
Just today, okay?
だからそうだって。はい、どうぞ。
Fine. He looked really uncomfortable with that. I am going to show this song because I don't think we've come across it before. Oh, I almost had 5 stars, and then I kept messing up. That song is so much easier, though, than Falls. So much easier. Although having someone behind me made me tense at first, in the end it went extremely well. It had almost been 3 years since I last performed in an ensemble with Torta. Ever since we'd enrolled here, we hadn't had the chance, partly because we were in different departments. The one we performed for fun during music class back home, right before we came here, was probably our last.
なんか結構うまくいったよね。
Yeah, much better than I expected. It felt as if those few years without practice hadn't happened. Even our breathing matched perfectly, as though I could somehow naturally hear her respiration. We hadn't even decided what to do with the dynamics and fermatas and such beforehand. It took me back to the times we used to perform together all the time.
どんな風に思ってたんだか?
No, I'm talking about how my arrangement sounded better than I expected. But it's true, isn't it?
まあね。
Thanks. Then let's go with this piece from now on.
わかった。もう少し練習しておこうか。
Yeah, we still have time.
じゃあもう一度初めから。
Still uncomfortable. It would have been nice if I'd been able to actually start practicing with renewed vigor after that. It's still kind of hard to play.
大丈夫。何も問題ないって。
No problem for you. Well, here goes.
はいはい。
The rest of the time passed by in the blink of an eye. We really did begin to slip back into the way things were in our childhood days. I was able to point out Torta's flaws without restraint, and she similarly spoke her mind about mine. There were obviously still many points we had to show restraint and be considerate about, but as far as music was concerned, we were perfectly comfortable around each other.
今日はこんなところかな。
Sure, good work.
お疲れ。
While we were cleaning up the practice room, I noticed the score left on the music stand and handed it to Torta. Here, I can count on you to copy it, right?
次までにやっておくよ。
The rain wasn't as heavy as I thought. I idly wondered if it was still raining over at Arietta's place, but quickly suppressed that thought as it had likely stopped a long time ago. Since we were so far apart, a lot of things had to have changed by the time her letters arrived. On the other hand, the distance between my other childhood friend and I was astonishingly minute, to the point that if I called out, she would turn around within the second.
何か言った?
Torta, who was walking a short distance ahead of me, looked over her shoulder. Was I thinking out loud? Nothing.
そんなにトロトロ歩いてると風邪ひくよ。
I know. I got myself together, picked up the pace and caught up with her. We were close enough to be able to walk side by side and exchange conversation.
結構遅くまで練習したせいかお腹空いちゃったね。
Torta cheerfully began making small talk. This closeness was a little painful for me right now. Oh, nice. Next day already. I finished my lesson and lunch as usual. Well then, what shall I do now? Okay. So that's where fall is. This one. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go here. I decided not to meet anyone today and to simply practice on my own. Sorry, I bumped my microphone. So that when I did meet someone, I could put on an even better performance. That was sort of my reasoning. I should decide first whether to play some piece from start to finish or to just practice tidbits here and there. I'm actually going to play a piece from start to finish. I'm going to save first in case that's wrong though. But yeah, I just want to practice that piece and get all the kinks worked out of it. Which piece should I practice? Tortoise piece. Okay, see you in a sec. Phew. Let's call it a day. I could judge the quality of that performance best myself. Repetition was fundamental to practice. Still, while habituation was necessary, playing with others and getting used to that tension from playing for an audience was also pretty important. But it was common to practice on one's own whenever it deemed necessary. As such, I might come here more often in the future. Time to go home. It was getting late. After cleaning up the practice room, I went home. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. And we'll continue this next time. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.